Imagine a world where words are sharper than swords. A whisper in the dark could move armies. A hidden letter could change the fate of kings. From the very beginning of history, people tried to hide their secrets. They wrote in strange symbols, hoping no enemy could read them. Codes were more than puzzles. They were shields, and sometimes they were daggers. When a message was cracked, an empire could fall. When it stayed safe, a war could be won. This is the unseen battlefield of history. From Egypt to Rome, from Persia to China, codes traveled with power. A single message, written in secret, could hold the life of a kingdom. Rulers feared spies, and spies feared silence. In every empire, someone was always listening. The secret language of codes became a hidden map of trust and betrayal. Imagine the fear of a messenger carrying a letter that must never be read. The horse's hooves beat like a heartbeat. Would the secret survive? Or would it fall into the wrong hands? This is where the story of Codebreakers begins. Codes were not just about hiding secrets. They were about survival. A safe code meant a safe home, a safe family, a safe people. Even the smallest detail, even one word, could save thousands of lives. This hidden world shaped our history in ways most people never see. And as you listen to this story, I invite you to join me on this journey. If you enjoy mysteries that shaped the world, you can support this channel. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, we unlock the secrets of the past. Every code has two sides, the one who makes it and the one who breaks it. This battle is quiet, but it decides the loudest events in history. From secret whispers in palaces to machines built to hide the truth, codes ruled empires. But some codes were thought to be unbreakable, a puzzle so strong that it could guard the plans of entire nations. The question is, what happens when such a code finally breaks? Let us step into the story of the most famous code of all, the Enigma. In the years of war, Germany built a machine that seemed like magic. It was called Enigma. To most people, it looked like a small typewriter. But each time you pressed a key, the machine turned the letter into another. Behind its simple shape hid a storm of moving wheels and hidden patterns. It made messages that no human mind could read. To the generals of Germany, this machine was safety. It promised secrets that could never be stolen. But the soldiers of the Allies soon learned what it meant. Every plan, every attack, every move of the German army could be written in Enigma's secret words. If no one could read them, battles would be lost before they even began. The world held its breath. Could any mind on Earth break this impossible puzzle? The British built a secret place called Bletchley Park. It did not look like a battlefield. It was a quiet house with rooms full of chalkboards and strange machines. Here, men and women worked day and night, chasing the riddle of Enigma. Some of them were young students. Some were mathematicians. Some were puzzle lovers who had once played with crosswords in the newspapers. Together, they formed an army of minds. Their weapon was silence. Their shield was patience. Every day, the code changed. Every night, they started again. The ticking of machines sounded like a heartbeat in the cold rooms. Outside, the war raged with fire and blood. Inside, there was only paper, pencils, and the dream of breaking Enigma. They knew that if they failed, millions could die. But if they won, history itself would turn. Among them was a man named Alan Turing. He was quiet, but his mind was sharp as lightning. He looked at Enigma not as a wall, but as a puzzle waiting to be solved. With his ideas, new machines were built. They could test thousands of possible secrets faster than any human. Slowly, piece by piece, the wall of Enigma began to crack. Turing and his team did not fight with guns. They fought with logic, with numbers, with patience. They were the hidden warriors of the Second World War. Because of them, the Allies could hear the whispers of the enemy. And those whispers changed the war. If you enjoy hearing about these unseen heroes, you can help this story reach more people. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, we bring their hidden light into the open. Turing's new invention was called the bomb. It was not beautiful, but it was powerful. Inside its frame, wheels turned with endless rhythm. They tried thousands of possibilities every second. Each click was like a footstep closer to truth. Day after day, the bomb hunted for patterns in the Enigma. It was like a race between two machines, one that hid and one that revealed. The team at Bletchley Park held their breath as numbers rolled by. When a mistake was found, they crossed it out and tried again. When a clue appeared, their eyes lit with quiet hope. The war outside raged with bombs and fire, but here, silence ruled. In that silence, the fate of nations shifted, one click at a time. When the codes finally opened, the Allies saw the enemy's secrets. They could read the plans of submarines. They knew where the German Navy would strike. They could save ships before they were sunk. Every broken code meant lives saved, battles turned, and hope restored. But this victory was silent. The world never saw these heroes marching with banners. They never stood in parades. Their success was locked away, kept secret for decades. Only those in the quiet rooms knew the truth. The war was not just won with soldiers and tanks. It was also won with pencils, chalk, and the silent minds of codebreakers. The breaking of Enigma became one of the greatest secrets of the war. Historians later said it may have shortened the war by years. It saved millions of lives, though most people never knew. In those hidden rooms, the quiet battle was won. But when one battle ends, another begins. As the world moved beyond the Second World War, new shadows appeared. A colder war began, fought not with open fire, but with silent fear. And in this new war, codes and spies would again decide the future. What happens when two great powers listen to each other's secrets? The German submarines, called U-boats, haunted the seas. They moved like shadows under the water. They hunted ships that carried food, fuel, and soldiers. Every sinking was a wound to the Allied nations. Families waited for letters that would never come. The ocean became a graveyard of steel. But when Enigma broke, the Allies could hear the U-boats whisper. They learned the paths of these silent hunters. Convoys changed their routes. Ships were saved. The hunters became the hunted. What once was a sea of fear slowly turned into a sea of hope. The people at Bletchley Park carried a heavy burden. They knew the secrets of the enemy, but they could not tell the world. Sometimes they allowed a ship to sink to keep their secret safe. They lived with the pain of silence because breaking cover could end everything. This kind of sacrifice is hard to imagine. It is a story of patience and of quiet courage. As you listen, think of these people, unknown to history but vital to it. If you want more people to hear their story, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Together, we keep their memory alive. The war with Enigma showed the world something new. That battles could be fought not only with guns and tanks, but with knowledge. In the silence of hidden rooms, codes could shape the destiny of nations. The Allies had cracked the Uncrackable. But history does not stop. When the war ended, another conflict began. This time, it was not open fire, but a cold shadow across the world. Spies moved like ghosts. Nations listened to whispers behind walls. And once again, codes would decide who held the power. What secrets would the Cold War bring? Every day, thousands of German messages filled the air. They moved like a river of invisible ink, rushing across the world. Radios caught them, but they were locked in Enigma's cage. At Bletchley Park, this river of words poured into rooms of tired eyes and restless hands. Each message was a chance. Each clue was a spark of hope. Sometimes the messages spoke of small things, weather, supply trains, or names. Other times, they carried the weight of whole armies. One detail, one number, one place could change the course of history. The river of secrets never stopped, and the codebreakers never stopped listening. With each broken message, the Allies grew stronger. They could see the enemy's hand before it moved. But the codebreakers carried this power in silence. They could not tell their families, their friends, or even other soldiers. Their victories were invisible, their sacrifices unknown. History often forgets such quiet warriors. But tonight, we remember them. We honor their patience, their brilliance, and their courage. If you believe their story deserves to be told, help us share it. Like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Together, we keep their light burning. By the end of the war, the codebreakers had won one of history's greatest hidden battles. They had turned silence into victory. But their work did not end with peace. The dawn of a new age was already here, a colder dawn where old allies became rivals. The Cold War was born in shadows, and in these shadows, codes once again became the weapons of choice. But this time, the stakes were even higher. The world now carried weapons of fire strong enough to end everything. And only the secrets of spies and codebreakers stood in the way. What would happen when silence guarded not just battles, but the fate of the Earth? When the Second World War ended, the guns grew silent. But the silence did not bring peace. It was a cold silence, full of fear. The world was divided into two powers, the United States and the Soviet Union. Each side watched the other with sharp eyes. Each side feared the secrets that might be hidden. The war was no longer fought in open battlefields. It was fought in whispers, in shadows, and in codes. Spies walked in crowded streets, unseen but everywhere. Nations no longer trusted one another. Behind closed doors, leaders demanded to know the enemy's plans. One hidden message, one broken code could prevent a war, or begin one. The Cold War had begun, and the language of power was silence. In secret rooms in the United States and the United Kingdom, a hidden project was born. It was called Project Venona. Its goal was simple but impossible: to break the codes of the Soviet Union. The Soviets used one-time pads, thought to be unbreakable. Each message had random numbers, written only once, then destroyed. No pattern could be traced. No clue was meant to survive. But a small mistake was made. The Soviets reused some of their number sheets. This tiny error was like a crack in a wall. Through that crack, American and British codebreakers began to see the shadows inside. Day after day, they worked in silence, chasing the fragments of Soviet secrets. From these whispers, the West learned of spies hidden deep inside their own walls. Through Project Venona, names began to appear. Not soldiers, but spies. Men and women living quiet lives, yet secretly carrying the orders of the Soviet Union. They worked inside governments, inside laboratories, even inside the army. The truth was chilling. Secrets of the West were already in enemy hands. Imagine the fear of discovering that your neighbor, your colleague, or even your friend might be a spy. The Cold War was no longer distant. It was hidden in homes, in offices, in ordinary streets. And all of it was revealed through the breaking of codes. If you want more people to uncover these forgotten shadows of history, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Together, we shine light on secrets once locked in silence. The decrypted Soviet codes revealed a web of spies. It was like a spider's net, stretched across cities and nations. Every thread was a person, an agent, a courier, a hidden voice. They carried stolen secrets about weapons, science, and war. Each whisper moved across the web, back to Moscow. Some of these spies worked in high places. They touched the deepest secrets of the West. Even the Manhattan Project, the great effort to build the atomic bomb, was not safe. Venona showed that secrets of fire had already crossed oceans. The spider's web was larger than anyone had imagined. As names were revealed, fear grew stronger. Some spies were caught. Others vanished like ghosts, leaving only questions. In the United States, trials were held, secrets whispered in courtrooms, and families torn apart. The ordinary people began to fear the unseen enemy: neighbors, teachers, even friends. The Cold War was not only about nations. It reached into every home. For leaders, this fear was both a danger and a weapon. They used it to build walls of suspicion. Every code cracked, every name revealed, made the air colder. Trust was broken, and in its place grew doubt. The world was trapped between silence and suspicion. Yet, even in fear, the work of codebreakers saved lives. Some messages revealed secret Soviet plans. They showed movements of spies and hidden strategies. More than once, these whispers stopped disasters before they began. Silent warnings, pulled from broken codes, kept the world from burning. But this battle never ended. Each code opened a new mystery. Each spy revealed led to another hidden name. The Cold War was a war without peace, and silence was its battlefield. The question was, how long could the world survive this hidden struggle? Some spies lived two lives. By day, they were trusted workers, scientists, or officers. By night, they whispered secrets to the other side. These were the double agents, shadows moving in both worlds. no one knew who they truly served. A smile could hide betrayal. A handshake could carry danger. Venona revealed some of these hidden faces, but others escaped the net, leaving only fear behind. Every new name brought both relief and suspicion. The Cold War became a game of masks, where no one was ever certain. And behind it all, the codebreakers listened in silence, piecing together truth from fragments. The Cold War was built on balance. Two powers stood face to face, each with weapons strong enough to destroy the Earth. One mistake, one wrong move, could mean the end of all things. And in this dangerous game, information was the sharpest weapon. A broken code could prevent disaster. A missed message could cause one. The codebreakers worked quietly, far from fame. But their silence carried the weight of the world. As we remember their story tonight, think of the hidden courage behind the shadows. If you want more people to hear about these silent heroes, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Together, we honor those who guarded the fragile balance of peace. The Cold War stretched across decades. It was a war without open battlefields, but its silence was heavy. Codebreakers cracked messages, uncovered spies, and stopped hidden plans. Yet new codes always came, stronger, stranger, more complex. The game of secrets had no end. And as the world moved forward, new machines appeared. Computers began to take the place of pencils and chalk. The battle of minds was entering a new age. From the whispers of spies, the struggle shifted into the wires of machines. What would happen when codes moved into the digital world? In hidden offices, the codebreakers kept watch. They were not soldiers, but their work was a shield. Every broken message was a wall against disaster. Every decoded whisper was a step away from war. Most people never knew their names, but their silence guarded millions. The Cold War created many fears, but it also created unseen heroes. They carried pencils, papers, and early machines. They carried patience in endless nights. Without them, the world might have burned. With them, it survived, balanced on the edge of silence. But even guardians could not stop betrayal. Sometimes the secrets were too many. Sometimes the enemy moved faster. Spies still walked in silence, passing information that could shake the balance. The Cold War was never safe. It was always one breath away from fire. Tonight, as we speak their story, we honor both the victories and the risks. The codebreakers bought us time, but time is fragile. If you want these hidden histories to live on, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Together, we remember the shadows that shaped our world. The Cold War's battles in silence left the world changed. Nations had learned the power of codes. They knew that the future would not only be written in weapons, but in secrets. As machines grew stronger, so did the codes. The War of Whispers was moving into a new battlefield. The age of digital machines was rising. And in this new dawn, the question was no longer only about spies. It was about computers, signals, and a world connected by wires. What happens when code breaking enters the digital age? The world entered a new age. Wars were no longer only on land, sea, or sky. They began to move into invisible spaces. through wires, signals, and machines. Computers became the new weapons. Every code, every password, every hidden line of numbers was now a battlefield. In this digital world, armies no longer marched. Instead, silent programs traveled faster than any soldier. They carried secrets, or they stole them. The battlefield was everywhere, inside offices, banks, governments, even homes. And the weapons of this age were not guns, but codes. It was a war without smoke, but its fire was real. As the world moved online, nations built silent guardians. The United States created the National Security Agency, known as the NSA. Its job was to watch signals, to guard secrets, and to break the codes of others. Soon, many nations followed, building their own digital armies. But this power was heavy. The NSA could see into messages, calls, and hidden networks. Some saw this as safety. Others saw it as too much control. The line between protection and spying grew thin. And in the shadows, new questions appeared. Who truly holds the key to our privacy? The digital age brought not only protection, but conflict. Ordinary people wanted their privacy. Governments wanted safety. And, in between, codes became a battlefield of rights. Encryption gave power back to the people. Messages safe from outside eyes. But nations pushed back, demanding doors into those secrets. It was the birth of the encryption wars. This struggle is still alive today. It affects everyone who sends a message, makes a call, or searches online. The question is simple but powerful. Who should hold the keys to our secrets? If you believe more people should hear about this hidden battle, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Together, we open the door to understanding. As computers spread, a new kind of intruder appeared. They were not soldiers or spies in trench coats. They were hackers, hidden in rooms lit only by screens. With a few lines of code, they could enter banks, steal secrets, or break entire systems. Some worked for nations, others worked alone. But all of them proved that a single person, hidden in shadows, could shake the world. Governments soon realized that this was more than crime. It was war in a new shape. Every stolen password was a weapon. Every broken firewall was a battlefield. The world was learning that in the digital age, anyone could become a soldier, armed only with code. Soon, nations began to fight in silence. They launched cyber attacks instead of missiles. One country would shut down another's power grid. Another would steal plans for secret weapons. The battles left no smoke, but their damage was real. These wars were dangerous because no one saw them coming. They left no burning cities, but they shook economies and trust. The battlefield was now inside machines, inside networks, inside every line of code. And unlike past wars, the front lines were everywhere, spread across the entire world. The digital age had given birth to cyber wars, and no nation was safe. But even in this age, the game of codes never stopped. New machines were being born, machines that could think faster, deeper, and stranger than any before. They were called quantum computers, and they promised to break the strongest codes ever made. If that day comes, no secret will be safe. This is the shadow of tomorrow, a race not only to break codes, but to build new ones that even quantum minds cannot touch. It is a race between the old walls of secrecy and the new fire of machines. The question is no longer only who spies, but whether codes themselves can survive the future. In the new century, machines began to learn. Artificial intelligence was born, and with it came new ways to see patterns no human could. AI could read millions of codes in seconds, searching for the hidden keys. It became both a guardian and a threat. Some used it to protect privacy. Others used it to open locked doors. The line grew thinner than ever. Could a machine decide who should be safe and who should be watched? The future of code breaking no longer rested only in human hands. It was moving into the minds of machines, minds that never sleep, never forget, and never feel mercy. In our age, secrets no longer rest on paper. They drift in clouds of data, floating between nations and companies. Every photo, every message, every word you write is carried in invisible streams. The question is, who holds them safe, and who might be watching? Clouds can protect, but they can also betray. If a code is broken, an entire world of memories can fall open. The digital walls that guard us are stronger than ever, but they are also fragile. If you believe more people should hear about the hidden risks of our digital lives, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Together, we lift the curtain on the unseen world above us. The digital world keeps expanding. Each year, more of life moves into signals, numbers, and hidden codes. Codebreakers no longer only serve nations. They guard banks, hospitals, even the devices in our hands. The battlefield has become endless, stretching across every corner of the earth. But with every new wall, a new key is made. And with every new lock, someone searches for a way inside. The story of code breaking is not ending. It is only changing shape. From ancient whispers to glowing machines, the language of secrets endures. The question now is, what role will codebreakers play in the future of all humanity? Today, battles are fought in silence. A virus hidden in code can shut down a city. A single attack can turn off the lights, stop trains, or close hospitals. This is the invisible war, where the victims may never even see the enemy. Nations prepare for these attacks as they once prepared for bombs. Firewalls replace fortresses. Passwords replace shields. But just like in the past, no wall is unbreakable. Every day is a race between those who guard and those who strike. And in this endless race, there are no resting places. In the age of machines, one question remains. What about people? For every code, there is still a human behind it. For every system, a person who builds it, protects it, or breaks it. Technology may grow, but trust and betrayal are still human stories. And sometimes, one person's choice can change everything. This is why remembering the past matters. From Enigma to the Cold War, from early computers to AI, codebreakers shaped history, and they still shape it now. If you want more people to see how these hidden struggles continue today, you can help. Like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts. Together, we keep the story alive. The story of code breaking is far from over. It has followed us from the whispers of kings to the machines of war to the networks of today. And it will follow us into tomorrow. Quantum computers, AI, digital wars. The future is a maze of secrets yet to come. The only thing certain is that the language of codes will remain. It will protect us and it will test us. And somewhere, unseen, the codebreakers will still be there, watching, listening, unlocking. The question is not if the game will continue. The question is, what secrets will the next age bring? From the whispers of kings to the glow of machines, codes have shaped our world. Every age believed their secrets were safe. Every age learned they could be broken. The game has no end. Only new players, new tools, new shadows. Tonight, we have walked through this hidden story. We have seen how silence decided wars, how whispers guarded nations, and how numbers changed history. And still, the story continues. Because as long as there are secrets, there will be codebreakers. Codebreaking is more than just numbers. It is about choices. Each broken code carries a question: protection or control, safety or surveillance. The line is thin, and history shows it is easy to cross. We must remember that secrets can guard, but they can also harm. The same walls that protect a people can also hide injustice, and the same keys that unlock safety can also unlock fear. The language of codes is always double-edged, sharp in both directions. Through history, most codebreakers stayed in the shadows. They never wore medals, never stood in parades, yet their work saved nations, and sometimes the whole world. Their silence was their gift and their burden. Tonight, we have remembered them, but there are still more stories to tell, more secrets waiting in the dark. If you want to keep exploring these hidden paths of history, you can help. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, we continue the journey through shadows and whispers. The story of Codebreakers is not really about the past. It is about us. Every message we send, every secret we keep, every lock we trust belongs to this same story. The tools change, the ages change, but the whispers remain. So, when you close your eyes tonight, remember, somewhere unseen, someone is listening. Someone is guarding. Someone is breaking the silence of history. The game of secrets will always go on,